Hello, spiritual family. It's your sister witch, your high priestess Kathy. But you haven't heard that in a while, have you? So, when you guys get in here, hit the thumbs up. I just jumped on unannounced like I usually do, hoping that you all have your notifications set on so you can make sure you tune in when I pop on, you know. So, yeah. So you guys see the title there, right? Yes, bad relationships can turn into spiritual warfare. And I'm saying this because I've seen it happen so many times. I've seen it happen growing up, and I've seen it happen in the spiritual community. I've seen it happen to me. And that's one thing that you have to be aware of is that when you become a part of a spiritual community, or you're with other people who are magical, or spiritual, whatever, you have to keep in mind that you're not just dealing with a regular person. If you get into it with that person, you're dealing with the person that knows magic. So if you get into it with someone who does magic, it's not going to be just an easy battle like one, two, three. No. Like I said, you guys, I've seen like my grandmother, and this one lady, they had been going on for years, fighting each other spiritually. And, it took a lot of her time out, and it hurt her. It made her have a lot of other enemies that she didn't need in her life, all of that stuff. And with me seeing that and going through what I've been through, for those of you been following me, what I've been through, with the last, few years with being bullied online and having people, slander my name and, try to give me a bad reputation and things like that, because of my beliefs or because I am a spiritual person. I don't practice like certain people do or whatever. They just don't like me. So I've been through all of that. And that's why you have to be very, very careful with protecting your energy out here in the spiritual community. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm self preserving myself. I'm not trying to get into it with no people or nothing like that. I don't want that. I just want to live a peaceful life for the rest of my years that I'm here on this earth to do what I do. I don't want to compete against anyone. I don't nothing like that. I just kind of want to be in my own lane and do my own thing. I mean, it's so much wasted energy. If I could turn back all of those years when I was going back and forth, with people online and stuff like that, people I didn't know, it was so much wasted time. if if I could have stopped and not went through that, I know my life would be totally different right now than what it is. I would be so farther ahead. So that's why, I try not to, get in, any type of mess or anything with people because it's not worth it. You could be doing something else, something, so much better, to better your life. And a lot of times when you get into it with a person that's a spiritual person, it's because that there's a need there. There's a need there that's not addressed. Sometimes, the person could have been done a certain way growing up or being treated a certain way with their family. So they expect that you're going to be that same way. To them, it could be whatever it is. It's, within a second, a person can just turn on you like that. And that's what I am so concerned about, who I let really get close to me now and who's in my energy because of me having those same mistakes with letting people get close to me, and then they're turning on me. They're saying bad stuff about me. They stuff that I talk about on my channel. They'll try to um like just do the opposite to like I don't know, just it's just I don't like that feeling. I don't like the feeling of someone getting close to me, and then they they do little things like behind my back, or say things behind my back, or the way that they move, it worries me, and spirit doesn't like it. And that's why I'm just really to myself a lot. I don't want any problems with anybody, and so that's my thing. And so, like I said, you know when you're dealing with other people in the spiritual community, um you never know who they know. You know what I mean? You never know who they've been talking to. People get together and talk about other witches and stuff, and be plotting and scheming on them. I know, because I've been there too. You know what I'm saying? So you know it's just it's this way of self preservation, surviving. Is just making sure that you protect your energy and stuff, and understand where some people are come from. Some people, they'll want to communicate about things, and then some people don't. And that's what life is pretty much all about. It's like getting to know people, and see if you like them or not, and if you vibe with them. And then and if you don't, it should be a peaceful thing. But a lot of people, they don't want it to be like a peaceful thing. It's they feel some type of way about you, or they've been feeling some type of way about you all along because they've been talking to someone else about you, or they've just been watching you for a long time. They've been watching you for a long time, and they've already, feel some type of way about you and everything. So you just never know with people out here. I try to be cool with people and stuff like that, but I'm just saying, I know I deal with things in my own life, but I'm telling you all out there who are spiritual too, that you come across things like this, and you have to protect yourself when you're dealing with people in a spiritual community, because I know a lot of witches too. I mean, all you got to do is say hello the wrong way, and you already in a jar. You know what I mean? So you know I try to do my thing to balance my life out. Like I said, I'm not really anybody's competition or nothing. I'm just a woman, who, well, I wouldn't say I'm just a woman. I'm proud and happy to be a woman. I was born this way. But if I did have a partner, whether it was a man or a woman or whatever, I know that I will probably have whole lot more, of course, with us combined or whatever. But I'm the type of person where I'm doing this all basically on my own, except for like with my clients, and maybe some people who support me, who want to help me out and stuff like that. That's all I have with what spirit is guiding me through. I'm doing what I have to do, and I have to be myself. If I want to do something, a lot of people are not gonna like me because I've changed. Everybody changes. We have to respect people and let them change. And just you just have to be mindful out here. Let me say hello to you guys in the chat. Hi, Barbie. How you doing today, hon? And Barbie said, "That's how I feel at this point in my life. I just need peace." Yes, yes. Barbie says, "Yes, I'm guilty of that. Also, letting the wrong people into my life because they didn't deserve to be there from the beginning. I'm just too nice." Yes, yes. I think that's what I think I used to be that way. I figured that I've gotten better with that. But sometimes it's just in me to want to be nice and help people and stuff like that. And hey, like I said, I'm a woman too, and I really don't want to be going back and forth the rest of my life like I've seen my family do. And I've seen, even people in the spiritual community. Barbara, you know what I mean? I mean, some people, they be going back and forth for years, and I can't talk because I'm guilty of it too. I've been through all that, and I don't want to waste my energy going through nothing like that. I just want to have a peaceful existence. Like, everything that I'm doing, the same people can do it too. It's no different. It's all about you, putting in the time to do it, and that's it. Money comes and money goes. One minute, I might have money, the next minute I don't. I've had that happen in my life. One minute I had money, next minute I lost it. One minute that's the way life is. Life is like crazy like that sometimes. I mean, we do what we can to prepare, but sometimes we just never really know, what's going to happen, and I, for one, a lot of the people that I have met in my life in the spiritual community that, don't like me anymore, don't want to talk to me anymore, whatever. One thing I did learn from most of all of those, other people was at the end of the day, they wanted something for themselves too. They wanted the exact same thing I did. They wanted, to, have a thriving business, or, their dreams, or, have a beautiful home or something like that. That's what we all want. We all want those things, and I just don't want, it's just not worth it to, get into it with people, especially when we're spiritual people and stuff. It's just not a good thing to do that. And another thing too, when you're dealing with some relationships, Barbie, um, sometimes you can like a guy, right? Like a girl, right? But, that person is involved with someone else, or someone else is in the picture. Well, you know what happens when you get involved? Well, that person starts hating on you. The next thing you know, that person's throwing work on you. So the both of you are going back and forth fighting over this guy, when there's no, that should not be happening, we got to rise above stuff like that. We got to vibrate higher than that, So, that's what I'm saying. You have to, protect yourself out here. You really do. And you have to be mindful and thoughtful of things, we the ways that we used to think, we can't be thinking certain ways anymore and think that certain things are going to be okay to do, and it's really not okay to do, and we need to communicate and talk about it. And I know that I'm bad about it. I'm a female, I'm bad about sometimes getting emotional first without really, thinking things clear, but at the end of the day, and I think I'm like a lot of other spiritual people too in the community. At the end of the day, we all really, I don't feel like we all really want to get into it. I feel like the people that are having problems going back and forth and stuff like that, I don't think they really just want to keep going back and forth, but it's just a big issue that can't be resolved. And and neither party has figured out, how to resolve it without being hurt still, and I don't want to have to go through nothing like that, anymore. I would rather, um you know you know the people that I associate with, we be able to talk things out and things like that, or just, be at peace with each other, um I mean, life is just too short. Life is just too short. And I know a lot of people say, well, High Priestess Kathy, you're like, auntie or mama, in a spiritual community and all that, and I love that and I appreciate that. But like I said too, when it comes to people can be very complicated. You don't know why a person act the way they do. You don't know why a person, feels the way they do towards you. You really don't know what a person's dealing with. Sometimes a person could be dealing with something totally different that doesn't have anything to do with you, and you take it the wrong way. And I've seen that happen in the spiritual community. and just both parties didn't understand how to work it out. So you gotta be mindful of people that try to itch you on to try to like woohoo, yeah, get the instigators, in your life too, because they'll pep you up and stuff and get you going, and then the next thing you know, here you are, you in spiritual warfare, with three guys. You know what I'm saying? And like, how in the heck did this happen? Someone that you were close to, you cared about, like really, really cool with, and then all of a sudden y'all are into like, what did this happen? Why is this happening? And it's because both parties are still hurt and they don't know how to resolve it. But you have to come to a point where you have to like protect your energy. You have to protect your mental health and your spiritual health as well. It's a lot of people who are, they're doing good spiritual wise, but maybe their mental health is not, on it. And I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I know what that's like. And it's just you just have to really be careful, because a lot of times you might think that you're getting messages from a spirit or entity that's going to help you, but you're actually getting bad information, to hurt a person or something like that, and you got to be careful with that. And that's why I say you have to be strong mentally, and you have to be strong spiritually, when you're doing this occult stuff. And I really learned that the hard way. I really learned that the hard way. I can get into a lot of stuff, but I know I talk about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff I don't want to really just talk about because it's private. But it's just a lot of things that you have to be mindful of. When you're out here, and then when people see you happy with someone, or y'all getting along, everything's good. People can become jealous of that. Then the next thing you know, you're getting into it with a person and you don't understand, where in the heck did all this come from? Why is this person saying this? Why is they doing that? And you know that you're an empath, right? You know you're sensitive, right? So like, it's not all in your mind. Something is off. Something's not right, and you should always listen to that. I tell y'all that too. Yes. Yes, Barbie. Thank you all for coming in too. I'm seeing Barbie, just Barbie here in the chat. Where y'all at? Yes, and hit the like button too, y'all. Yes, yes. Yes, Barbie says, "Girl, yes, that's why I stayed single for a long time. I will not be caught up in no man drama." Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I got lipstick everywhere. I got new. I put some new. I'm trying some new makeup, Barbie, and I don't like it really. I think is. I'm gonna go back to my other. This was all May, but I think I'm gonna go back to my other. Yes, yes. Yeah, so definitely, you just have to be careful, who you surround yourself with, and if you're gonna surround yourself with people, um, be you have to be mindful of their feelings, and how they feel too, and I know that, I'm not perfect. I have to be aware of things like that too, how you treat people and stuff like that, and yes. Barbie says, I like to talk a lot. Yes, girl, me too, girl. You know what? If we was on the phone right now, girl, we'd be really, really talking. I'm telling you, you'd be like, "Oh my gosh, Kathy, please get off the phone." Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Barbie. Barbie says it looks good on you. Thank you, Barbie. Yes. Oh my goodness. So, Yeah, definitely. It's like, gosh. And then when you get into it with somebody that you really care about or something like that happens, it does it affects you. It hurts your feelings, it affects your mood and stuff like that. And then, a lot of times that's the perfect time when people want to try to attack you. It's like when you're down, and I just you just have to kind of watch how you move for real, you know. Yeah. And also, with the whole spiritual warfare, I mean, the worst thing that, well, I wouldn't say the worst thing, but I think that you know just when people make up stuff about you, or they make up lies about you, that hurts a lot, and it makes you wonder why. But then then again, you have to understand, like, okay, this person couldn't say anything about you that was actually true, so they had to make up a lie about you. That goes to show you, how much that person, either resents you or feel some type of way about you. So, everybody that you like, they may not be on the same page as you are, and they may not like you as much, and that goes back to a couple of years. I met this guy, and um, he was into Baphomet and everything like that, and we would talk about Baphomet. And so as I got to, you know, as I got to know this person, I realized, like, wow, I said, this person really doesn't like me as a person. This person just, likes my energy. Like, the person doesn't really like me for me. They just, want to see what, I don't know, what they can get, or whatever. And, that bothered me too, because you know i I really thought that that person liked me, but then I saw this person doing all these other things, and talking to some of my other people behind my back and stuff like that. That type of stuff like there, that bothers me. And because you never know, if they're gonna do that, then who will they talk to? Who will they try to hurt you over, so yeah, the person didn't actually like me as a person. And then the person was always worried about, like, my skin color and stuff like that. And like in a negative way, like, the person would say stuff like, you know um you know the white in you was bad, like different stuff like that, like, and I should have, it was all red flags, but they were saying it like in a joking way too, but that's one thing you want to watch out for when they're saying stuff like in a little joking way. Sometimes a lot of times they really mean it, and so they don't want you to see how they really feel about you, but it actually just comes out, and I have a bad tendency, it's the Libra in me. I have a bad tendency, sometimes to just want to see the good in everybody, but you know, uh, in real life, everybody has good in them, but I'm at a point where I'm in self-preservation mode. So maybe in the past I would take the time to try to dissect it and find out why. And really, I always got the worst end of the stick trying to find out why, and trying to help when my help really wasn't needed. And that's another thing in the spiritual community. If you're trying to help someone or something like that, make sure you're not doing stuff out in public, like when you put them on blast and stuff, because a lot of people don't like that, you know. And I know, some people they do it, they try to make it seem like, they know more or they're more important or something like that. But that's how a lot of fights start as well in the spiritual community. Right in the comment section, because somebody thinking or saying that, nah, you don't do that. Like, maybe you can, try to inbox that person or something. You know what I mean? If you really got to tell them. So, you have to be mindful of that, and if you're going to say it, say it, and don't take it back, But yeah, you just have to really kind of watch when you're dealing with people who are magical, because when you get into it with them, a lot of times, nine times out of 10, it's like a spiritual warfare over and over and over and over. And that's not what I want in my life. I do not want to be getting into it with people. I don't. I do not want to go down that path again. Like, I just want to be free. Like they say, let me be free. I do not want to do that anymore. No, no. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just too negative, and we really don't know how much longer we have. And I know I keep saying that, but you know, we really don't know how much longer we have. And I'm a lady. I'm too old for that type of stress stuff like that. That stuff is so toxic, and getting into it with people back and forth and stuff like that. We should be able to communicate. And if we can't communicate and talk about it, and try to resolve it, then we could just go our separate ways peacefully. You know, that's the way it should be. That's what we need to be teaching out here. In a spiritual community, really. Yes. 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 Barbie says, yes, that's messy. I don't agree with that. Yes, I'm telling you. Oh my gosh. And let me tell you, I'm chilling here in my bed, Barbie, because I've been dancing and everything. I've been doing my belly dancing and stuff. And uh have to watch it, because sometimes you can kind of hurt yourself when you're dancing and stuff. And so I have to, kind of put my leg up a little bit, not my leg, but my foot, because I have to watch it. I'll be dancing for, like, before I know it, a whole hour, girl. I think I just be in a spirit world somewhere. Yes, in the spirit world. Oh my gosh. Yes. So this thing here, I have another screen on this thing. Barbie, what type of phone do you have? Because I think I need to get a different phone. This one, I think I dropped it too much, because I don't know if you can see it, but it's like part of my screen is like trying to do something here. But anyway, yes, y'all. So that's basically what I wanted to talk about tonight and everything like that. And that was basically my message. And if it resonated with you, hit the thumbs up, y'all.